I've actually, guys, this is the first time I've ever tried this, so fingers crossed. I'm trying a few different things with audio, so let me know if there's any issues. I know I didn't do any promo on this. I didn't even do one single announcement on any platform because I just wanted to wing it. I wanted to see how it is first, just get a feel for it, and then probably circle back and do another live session once I get a better grasp of how to promote it and how it works, because I've just been doing standard format videos. But I hope you guys are doing good. I would say, you know, you need an introduction, but I think I might have made this actually fully public. So if you are not familiar with me, my name is Weston Bouchér. I'm a model, menswear designer, YouTuber, and Amazon Live A-list creator. And I talk about all things men's self-improvement. My whole channel from top to bottom is everything to improve yourself, whether it's men's mental health, fitness, you know, style. Geez, I think that's pretty much the gist of it. But yeah, make sure you guys use the chat, because as you can see in the title, this is going to be a live open Q&A. So ask anything you want. It's way more fun that way for me. And you can ask any topic, obviously. Then there is going to be a giveaway. That is one of the things that I wanted to do today. My men's toiletry bag called the Traveler, it's sold out for both production runs, and I'm going to get a restock coming this next week. So I thought, what better time to promote the last one I had set aside for photography purposes in stock. That'll be part of the giveaway, as well as my Lux Suede cap, which I have this new color in Earth. And depending on what, you know, which winner gets chosen, you can let me know which color you want most, whether it's the limestone, the brushed onyx, or this new this new earth color. So the toiletry bag turned out amazing, and as you can see from the reviews on the side, if you've been there, guys really love it. And I wanted to make just a really nice toiletry bag that was big enough to hold all my stuff when I want to do trips bigger than 2 weeks, you know, or up to 2 weeks, I should say. You could fit up to 3 weeks for this one too, though. So the way I'll do this, get this out of the way really early. To enter the giveaway, all you have to do is go to my menswear site, which the link is in the description of this video, but it's westonjohnboucher.com. And when you get there, you're gonna see a widget pop up. You'll see it says like 10% off, save 10% off. That's the prompt to enter your email. And you have to enter your SMS, so your phone number. And I don't spam like crazy. Like, I maybe send out 2 SMS a month, maybe 4 at the most, for my menswear line. And I'm going to be choosing a winner over the next week from that SMS master list, just randomly. And then I'll contact you, ask you which hat color you want, and you'll get this new Traveler toiletry bag as well. And I'll get that shipped out to you. Even if you're overseas, I'll even send it internationally, because I know that question comes up a lot. I do ship global for my menswear line. So that's the way to enter the giveaway, to get a chance at the Traveler bag, as well as one of the Lux Suede caps in your preferred color, whether it's limestone, brushed onyx, or the new dark earth color. So this cap, if you're not familiar with it, but I designed it for guys who like to wear a cap but don't want to look dressed down, which is me. So that's what the point of the hat is. So you can wear it out and it still looks really nice. And both of these happen to be vegan leather, vegan suede, vegan leather. It's so much more durable, and it's water resistant. You know, I love leather too, but when you're talking about a toiletry bag and you're talking about a hat, you're just, you know, you're gonna be in instances where water gets on it and it can just be an issue. So you never know the difference. So I'm sorry that the text is so small from where I'm using my phone for this, but Dildar says, love the bag. Thank you so much. Not sure if you own it or you're just complimenting it, but it turned out incredible. It really did. I mean, the details are insane on this thing. I'll open it up for you really quick. But in the meantime, guys, let's open up the Q&A. Let's get it going. Ask me some questions. Let me get all these all the packaging out here. But you can see it's a swivel design. I went through about, I think 6 prototypes to get to this point. And it's antimicrobial mesh as well, branded zippers, YKK zippers, tons of storage inside. It's pretty awesome. All right, so it looks like we have our first question. Thank you for engaging. So, the question went away. Let me see. Okay. I should be able to see top chat. Let's see, blah, 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 live chat. All messages are visible. There we go. All right, cool. Perfect. All right. So Eric Patterson says, how are you feeling lately? I'm going to get to that with this other question that's in here. So Chris, God, it doesn't keep up the live chat on my side. It like fades away. When you talked about TRT in your channel, I have a question about, are you taking androgel or injection? If androgel, how many pumps a day? If injection, how many cc a week? So on the question of how I'm doing well. I've had over a year. So I started the TRT, let's see, back January of last year. So I'm over a year and a half in. And I actually have an appointment, a follow-up appointment with my naturopathic doctor on Friday. So I'm going to give him my status as well. I do not do the androgel. I highly recommend watching my actual TRT videos. I have 2 TRT videos that are fairly recent on my channel where I go in depth about everything. But in short, I do injections myself. I was doing Mondays and Fridays and splitting it up for 0.6 a milliliter for each week. I always get this wrong. I don't want to get this wrong between milliliter because it's like this. It's the tiniest amount. Is the tiniest amount of this testosterone cypionate, and then the HCG, which curbs the side effects from the testosterone, and that's all on the same day. So I do it once a week, and I do it by injection. Not fun. That's why every time I tell people, TRT should be your last resort. If you've been following me for years, you know that I've been in better shape than this and then some way before I did TRT. I was all natural up until 40 years old. So make sure it is your last resort because it's not fun to have to do the injections if there's maybe, obviously a natural option you can do before that. All right, so let's get these up here. Okay. All right, Christopher Long says, awesome bag, would love to own this. So yeah, just go to my site, westonjohnboucher.com, and you can enter the giveaway. All right, let me know if you have any questions on that. Daniel Lyon says, update on Botox and PRP now that we are a bit out. So at the end of that PRP video, which is I think my most recent video, that was, I believe 2.5 or 3 weeks out. So I think now I'm at about a month. Still same. I worked out earlier. I did chest yesterday, and you could see my range of motion in my right shoulder is still just as good as it was for the follow-up video. I can't say that it's any better than when I talk about my follow-up video, but like I said, I'm like 80 to 90% better. Like I feel slight impingement if I go all the way back here, which is kind of normal. But overall, getting back to press movements and all that type of stuff, I absolutely have to say that PRP for me, I noticed a big difference. Like it's night and day for sure. Okay. Statistically, it doesn't work for everybody, but it is in the higher percentages of people, usually saying like 60 to 80% of people do notice an improvement or at least decrease in pain. So if you have injuries, it doesn't even have to be shoulder related. Even if you're in your knees, PRP is like a great option in my experience so far, and it's not surgery. That's the key thing. This chat thing, I can't believe YouTube does this for live. Like I need the chat to stay up the whole time. So annoying. All right, let's see if I can get this to stay up. Apologies guys, this is the first time I've gone live, so I am trying my best here. But yeah, how am I feeling lately? I am feeling good. I would say that now, because I'm trying to do even less, I just want to see if I can get by with even half the dose of TRT that I was doing. And what I'm finding is that I'm getting a little more back to my old self in my head, where I felt like more depression slips in, a little bit less energy, not as like steady. So I think I'm going to talk to my doctor on Friday and say I'm just going to stick with the 2 times a week at 0.6 instead of just doing 0.3 once a week. It's just not enough based on how low my test was. So, all right, sorry about the construction. I swear, the second I go live or do anything online, there's someone pulls up in some massive moving truck. All right, here we go. So Daniel Lyon says they look awesome. Thanks so much. Okay, here we go. Just looking at the chat, guys, bear with me. Update on the, so Daniel Lyon said update on the Botox as well as the PRP. So we talked about the PRP. The Botox is still really good. I mean, it's supposed to last like up to 6 months. So if you watch my Botox video or Brotox, it's crazy when I look back when I was sitting in the clinic before I had it done till now. Like when I did this, I had like so many wrinkles right here, and you can see like they're really smoothed out. But I can still be expressive. It's not like I'm having a plastic face. So I was very adamant about telling her about the injection level. Like I want to look natural. Like I want to age gracefully, but the Botox or Brotox. Katie, my fiance, she's like, you should try it. And I was like, why do you get it? You're so young. And she's like, people don't realize that you do Botox as a preventative measure to not let your wrinkles set in even more. It's like if you fold over a piece of paper over and over and over and over and over and over, that's obviously the wrinkles are gonna start, earlier. So if you see those early signs and you were to try Botox, it's not for everyone. I get that. I don't even know if I'm gonna always do it. I just wanted to try it and see what it's like. When you have the Botox, it relaxes those muscles slightly, so the folds don't occur, right? They're not really occurring so intensely. It's taking it down a notch. So that's essentially why I wanted to try it for preventative to just curb my wrinkles before they get too extreme. Like I don't mind having wrinkles as a guy. I just would rather not be at a rapid pace of aging. You know what I'm saying? Looking at the questions, here we go. So Julio Estevez, how often do you inject TRT and how much? So I know you guys I have 2 videos that are more recent that go into detail about all that stuff. Like off the top of my head, everything's changing all the time. So when I was on a steady pace in those videos, because like I said, I wanted to see how I was off half. But I was doing 0.6 for the week for the test cypionate, and I did it twice a week. So it was 0.3 on Monday, 0.3 on Friday with the 1,000 milliliter or milligrams or whatever. See, that's where I don't like saying like this type of stuff live, because I need to talk to my doctor. I'm terrible with numbers sometimes because I don't. How often? I mean, I know I give my same injection every week, but I don't look at milliliter or milligram. I know exactly what it looks like visually. So it's a very small dose, twice a week. I don't know why people ask, honestly, because everyone is totally different. You have to base it on where you're at, where your age is at, what your doctor thinks, what your free test is at, and your hormone levels. It's not kind of like a one size fits all, but I know you guys are just trying to gauge, like, so I don't mind that you ask. I just want to give you guys as solid information as I can. Okay, so Akshat says, can you suggest a good dumbbell workout routine? I actually was just featuring on my Amazon Live these adjustable dumbbells yesterday. They're kind of like the Bowflex ones. During COVID and lockdown, like I shouldn't have said that word. Now it's gonna like change it on the algorithm. It's so annoying. Like the thought police. Give me a break, man. Anyways, hopefully this won't limit the views. So anyways, during the time when we weren't allowed to go to the gym, I did an outdoor like home gym. I have all my Amazon shop if you're curious, because it's really limited to just have dumbbells. For a dumbbell routine, I would have a bench. Like you need to have an adjustable bench, and then you need to have some either adjustable dumbbells or something that goes, between like 10s and up to like, I don't know, 75 if you can, pounds. That's a lot of dumbbells to have. So check out my Amazon shop. I have an awesome pair of adjustable dumbbells that they go up to, I think, 55 pounds each. There's 2 different sets. You can do the 25 ones or the 55, and they're really affordable considering if you think about the Bowflex price ones. Anyways, dumbbells you can do obviously you can do your 4-set type of setup like I do in my e-guide, where you 4 sets, and you could do 2 sets by 12 reps, and then you can do if you're doing strength gain or you want to build mass, you make your back 2 sets 6 reps, so you could do 12 12 6 6 4 sets total. And hit the muscle from every angle. So if you have a bench and it's adjustable, you're going to do incline initially, wide grip. You can also bring it in with your elbows. I like to do these. They do hit your tris a bit, but you can get the inner part of your chest with presses that way. You have flies as well in the incline. Every position on the bench, you can do an incline, you can do a press, you can do a wide grip, and you can do a narrow grip. So think about every way you can hit the body part that you're after, and obviously with dumbbells it's like, for back it can be a little hard. You can do rows when you go down on the bench, but it's dumbbells can be limiting, but it's not like a deal breaker if that's all you have to work with. I would just recommend like searching dumbbell workouts for guys on YouTube. I haven't done a video on that, so I'm not the best person to ask, even though I do a lot of health and fitness stuff. I need more equipment, honestly, to answer your question. Okay, next question. Let's see. All right, for you guys who just got here too with questions about how to enter the giveaway, just go to westonjohnboucher.com. The link is in the video description. And then when you see the widget pop up that says 10% off, enter your email, and you have to enter your SMS info for your phone. And then I will pick a winner from that SMS list. Within a week's time, I'll send you the bag, and then you can let me know which color hat you want between the limestone brushed onyx and the earth color. That's what you do for that. All right, sorry, I'm scrolling up here. Okay, so do you offer physical training via Zoom? Christopher Long asks. No, I don't, unfortunately. I really just don't have time. There's no way I can do that with my current business model. Running my menswear line is like so much time already. Then I'm doing YouTube. Then I'm doing the Amazon Live program as well with broadcasts on there. So between the design and development of each piece I'm releasing from my menswear line, like I can't work it in and then also go to the gym, do all this stuff. So I'd love to, but then that's why I created my fitness e-guides years ago, because it was like the next best thing to at least tell people what I do. But on online coaching and stuff, it's just not something that's like realistic for me right now. I wish I could clone myself because I really do love helping people. But I'm sure you can find a good online coach. There's just so many out there right now. And you know, what I like to base it on is how great do they look, you know? Like, that's one way to start. And then hopefully they're good teachers. Obviously, that's a very important thing too. And in the meantime, you know, there's plenty of channels like Athlean X that offer really solid information if you need a ton of information. Let's see, and good programs too. You know, mine are a little not outdated, but it's just my blueprint. It's like what works for me, but they have ones that you can cater to you. So okay, so Daniel Lyons, yes, TRT is usually dosed in milligrams, exactly. So that's why when I said milliliters, like I know I'm messing this up. So I 0.6 milligrams each week for the test, cypionate, split into two, 0.3 on Monday, 0.3 on Friday. Okay. So Stephen Longstrike, I have to hold this down to show that to the text. This is so dumb by YouTube. I found I would have to rotate my injections into different spots due to absorption and scar tissue. Do you have to rotate, and what spots do you like to inject to? I haven't had that issue yet. I'm a year and a half in. I pretty much just, I do the HCG on my glute, upper glute right here, and the needle's so small that I barely even notice it. And same with the needle I use for the test, so tiny, you know, it's like the same ones that people with diabetes use. So I do it on this back of my like love handle area, and I haven't had any issues with that yet. Fingers crossed. Okay, scrolling back up. Wow, there's a lot of engagement here. I'm gonna try to answer faster, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, Jay Attaway. Okay, got it. Good. All right, Johnny Fitz says, how are you managing your mental health nowadays? Could use some tips. So I do have a playlist on my YouTube channel that's, I believe it's just self-improvement. That one's got a lot of men's mental health. If you haven't watched those yet, those are like my core principles and the stuff that I always talk about and kind of just like circle back to almost all the time. So for me, mental health wise, getting my hormones in a good place was a big shift, because I just naturally felt like I had a depressive, anxious kind of mind. Even though I felt confident, it wasn't like I was insecure. It was just that my thoughts were more, a little bit more fear-based than they were just like, I'm not worried about it. So I don't know, I don't have a lot of, I think I'm about to say the word again, I don't want my video to get flagged, but post rhymes with flamdemic. Like I'm just not as motivated as I once was, and I feel like a lot of other people are like that too, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because of the amount of time I work at home now, how many people do the same thing, and it's just that general energy in the air. So I wouldn't say I'm as motivated as I've always been. I cannot say I'm unhappy, definitely not unhappy. I think I'm just like bored a little bit, If I'm honest, I think I need to get into a new season of some kind, a new challenge of some kind to just kind of get more motivated. Not necessarily fitness challenge or something like that, but what I suspect that right now is that I need to get in nature again. I always find that that kind of brings me back, or go out. If it wasn't so hot, I'd go to the desert and ride my dirt bike. Like that, I always feel better when I do stuff like that. So I'm doing good, but I mean, I'm not like amazing if I'm honest. I think I'm doing good though, and I hope you are too, Johnny. Let's see, Rai Iwa. TRT dose should start at 100 IU every 3 weeks, up to an absolute maximum every 2 weeks. But you have to have really suppressed tests to need that. Now, I know everyone has like super strong opinions on this, so I'm not really going to get into that, because it's like I've even had people who are like, I'm a doctor and this and that, and then my doctor's like, yeah, but this and this and this. So there's just a lot of opinions, and I respect everyone's opinions. I'm not saying I don't. I just would rather not get into absolutes, because I think everyone's bodies are different. Let's see. I'm not using testo gel, like I said earlier. I only do injections. That's way more steady. So in the general consensus of doctors. Okay, do you have any weekend trips to Vegas coming up? Eric Patterson says. I do not. I would like to go there for the Formula One races. I don't know if you guys know about that, but they are building the track. And the F1 cars are going to go down the strip, which is going to be amazing. Okay, Swordfish says, what about spirituality? Can you be more specific? Just maybe ask that question again in a different context. Post the link, please, for your ebook. Also, I eat very light during the morning. Bring a small lunch and big dinner. Is that healthy or to detriment to my health? My e-guides, I think I cut the price in half because I've had them for a few years now, and I'm just, I'm not too worried about the passive income on that. When they launched, I just promoted them more, so they are cheaper right now. If the links are in the video description, but it would be westonboucher.com/shop, westonboucher.com/shop, and you'll find all my fitness e-guides for those. Okay, sorry, I'm just having to scroll back up. Here we go. And then you had mentioned bringing a small lunch, big dinner, very light during the morning. Is that healthy or detriment to my health? So in my e-guides, I talk all about how much calories and how to figure out your base calories to know how to set whether or not, based on how much you're working out or plan to work out, or you don't work out at all, how much energy expenditure you have each day, to know how much energy intake, how much fuel you really need, right? Everyone's different, everyone's metabolisms are different. So there's not a straight answer for what you're saying, because someone could have a hormone issue and be eating like 1,500 calories a day and just not losing weight. So get your hormones dialed, get a full blood work check if that's something that's even an issue. Get a hormone panel from your doctor to find out. And then from there, you want to figure out your base calories. What for a week, just log all your food with the free app MyFitnessPal, and figure out how much you're generally eating, like how many average calories you're eating all week, and then look at the macronutrients, like how much is the percentage of protein, fats, carbs. Get an idea of where you're at. That's your maintenance calories. That's the amount of energy you need to take in or eat to maintain exactly how you have been. If you're just not losing weight, you're staying the same. From there, I suggest do a 300 calorie cut from that. So make sure you take in 300 calories less for like a week or two. If you see some difference in your body composition, not necessarily weight, but you start looking better, looking different in the mirror, stay on that for a while and see how you do. If nothing happens, then you might be way over on calories. You might want to try negative 600 calories from that first base number and change from there. All right, let's see. Okay, so Bob says, are the black hats in stock? Yes, you must have just joined. To join the giveaway, you're going to get the traveler bag, and you're going to get one of the Lux suede caps of these three colors, whether it's the limestone, the new color earth, or the brushed onyx, which you're asking about the black. They are all three in stock. I had a full restock. So if you are subscribed to my Menswear newsletter, I sent out a lot of emails about the restock, and I also talk about it on my social media channels. So a good way to always know about stocks like how much stock I have on my clothing line, is to definitely sign up for the newsletter. So go to westonjohnboucher.com, and then on the 10% off widget, tap on that in your email and your phone number, and then I'll let you know if you win for the giveaway within a week's time of this video. Okay, let's bring up the chat again. I'm gonna get to all your questions as fast as I can, guys. There's so many coming in. All right, let's see. Is it bad for weight gain doing so? Oh, that's the same question, okay. Who's the best hair transplant doctor in Beverly? I'm assuming you're saying Beverly Hills. It's funny you mentioned that. I don't know because I've never done a hair transplant. However, I'm going on Thursday with my fiance Katie because she's actually going to get her eyebrows worked on for a hair transplant, which I know sounds wild, right? But genetically, like her dad has like no eyebrow hair. And so Katie really doesn't either. And as a girl, like it's hard because when they do their makeup, it's like that's the part of their eyes when they do eye makeup to have high contrast. So she's doing a collaboration with, I believe the doctor's name is Dr. I think it's Jason Champagne, which is, but I think he did Chrissy Teigen's eyebrows. So he's kind of famous to work on celebrities. So in Beverly Hills, I would say look up Jason Champagne and let them know that you heard about it from my fiance Katie Corio. Or me, and then that way they'll know that she is putting the word out. But the guy has done really great work, okay? Because he doesn't just do eyebrows; it's mostly hair transplants. Asan says, "Thank you so much for going live." Yeah, no worries. I'm just so grateful you're here. All right, what's your weekly workout or cardio routine right now? So right now, like I just went to the gym earlier. Yesterday I did chest because it's National Chest Day on Mondays, of course, which I need to switch the day because I'm having to go to a different gym now because my old gym got bought out. It's just like no equipment available on Monday for chest. So today I did back. It's like I said earlier, if you heard the other workout question, like in terms of how I approach my workouts, it's still the same as in my e-guides. Like I'm usually doing around 4 sets. I'm usually, I do a warm up of 2x20, usually if it's the first exercise of that muscle group. And then from there, if I am trying to build a little bit of muscle, like I'm on a creatine cycle, I'll do the first 2 sets typically of either 6 reps or I'll do 12. And I either start with 2x6 and then do 2x12 at the end, which is a total of 4 sets. First 2 sets are 6 reps. The second 2 sets are 12 reps, or I'll switch that sometimes just to change it up. And then I hit the body part from every possible angle, but I usually stick with pretty traditional methods. I don't do anything too crazy. I'm not doing a ton of cardio right now because I'm still doing beach volleyball twice a week. And when I do those sessions, I'm doing like up to 4 hours of playing, which is a lot of calorie burn. So I'm not doing any Stairmaster at the moment or other types of cardio. Besides the volleyball. Sorry, let me move this. I feel like I'm like leaning over. So yeah, I'm still going from a traditional standpoint. Like I tried doing some full body stuff. I tried doing some full body stuff just for fun to mix it up. You know, sled push, all that stuff, battle ropes. Not really doing as much weights because I was getting bored. And my body just doesn't respond the same way. Like I just always feel like the bread and butter. I'm not, reinventing the wheel. I just don't need to. Like my body just always seems to do well with kind of the standard approach to weightlifting. So like I said, I did back and I did lat pull downs wide, because I'm always going for back like width. I'm not really going for thickness this direction, outwards. I don't want to get thicker that way. I just don't prefer that look versus just a taper than being lean from the side. So I do wide grip pull downs, like I said, 4 sets. And then I do wide grip rows as well. And then I do deadlifts. Then I do, what else did I do today? I'm so thirsty. Wow, sound effects are off the chain. So yeah, I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary other than what I've always done. And then on Fridays I do hit chest a second time because it's still my less dominant muscle. Like it's still always a little bit disproportionate to my arms, shoulder, and back. So hopefully that's helpful. All right, I'm trying to move through these fast. Okay, here we go. Wow, this is awesome to have all you guys here. Okay, here. I'm trying so hard on the questions. It's just tough. Do I invest in crypto? Really quick. Yeah, I bought quite a while back and I'm just holding on to it, honestly. Like can't sell at this point. It's just too much of a loss. So I'm just gonna hang on to it and see how we do. I think I bought maybe like 10 or 15,000 initially way back, and now it's like five, I think, for my portfolio, so not very much. Can you describe what it's like on dating apps as a male model and your experience? Guessing you have a list of attractive women to choose from, but curious how it is for a top 1% man on these apps. You are too kind. I'm telling you, I am not top 1%, but I'll take the compliment. Well, I was married with my ex-wife for 15 years, and then I was single for probably 6 or 7 until I was with my fiance Katie now. So I'm not on the market. Like I haven't been on dating apps for about 5 years. So the little bit of time I was on there, um, I met really great people. Like I felt like they were just genuine, authentic. Like I feel like the energy you get out and the way you perceive people, like you should look for those same things. Like I know that visually, like a picture is usually going to draw you in, but I do think when I'm on an app, like I'm looking into the eyes of that person and kind of getting a sense, like gauging whether or not they're authentic. Because if you don't have that, then it's like the attraction stuff is just going to go out the window when you figure out they're just an empty vessel, you know? So for me, it didn't seem like it was necessarily different than a lot of my friends that I talked to. Sure, maybe I felt like the ball was in my court a little bit in some ways because I'm just generally very relaxed, like and confident and not cocky. Like I wasn't so desperate to make it work or meet someone. I was just starting to put myself back out there. So I think your mindset and your energy is gonna really, women can really pick up on a lot of stuff. And I think the best thing to do is to make sure you don't even need anybody first. Not that we all need somebody, to balance out, but I think that you need to be in the best place for yourself. Like work on the best version of you. If you want to attract a 10, become a 10. I'm not talking about just physical. Like I'm saying, like people have high standards for this partner they want to meet, but maybe they aren't even really they're not bringing that much to the table yet. Like, are you in great shape? You don't have to have abs or anything, but are you prioritizing your health? Do you take that seriously? Do you have a steady job? Are you okay financially? Are you emotionally stable? Like all these things should be lined up if you want to attract a partner that is going to take you just as seriously and that you want someone kind of in that same caliber. So I think it's really important to figure out if you're good to go before you start doing that. Because women are way less critical about looks than guys. Guys think that it's always about that. But the second you open your mouth is when you truly become either ultimately like a super unattractive or attractive. Like funny guys with charisma, personality. There's so many guys with ultra hot women way out of their league in terms of just like pure visuals on a shallow end of the spectrum. I mean, you see it all the time. So I wouldn't put too much stake into just looks. But I mean, I know it's easy to say, like for me, if you categorize me as a model, but I just again, I think guys are really so much more about looks than women are for dating. Okay, that's just my opinion. All right, Brad Buys says, do you have any color tattoos? No, they're all just black and white right now. Okay, Swordfish says, hope you're feeling better. Thanks. Wanted to know what's the best beard dye in the market that is safer. I did a follow-up video after the one that has gone viral for the Just for Men. That video's got like over 1 million views. It's so crazy. I'm like, I didn't even think about it when I made that video. But I ended up doing a follow-up on there and I told everybody about simpler hair color because it's just safer. If you're gonna put dye on your face all year long, and a lot of guys just have allergic reactions. That's why simpler hair color is an option. They can't ship overseas yet because it's considered like a compressed air device, so its shipping is just too much. But anyways, simplerhaircolor.com, and then I believe my code should be Weston10 If you go to checkout, I believe it should be Weston 10. But way safer ingredients, a lot less harsh, and it works just as great as you can see. Because you know my beard can go like pure white. All right, catching up to the questions. Be patient with me, guys. I'm trying really hard here. Hi from Montreal, Canada. What's up, Rick? How's it going, man? Okay. I like to see the people in the chat are trying to help other people with other questions. That's definitely helped me out. All right, Rick D says, I bought a t-shirt, love the fit, the quality, and the fast shipping. Thanks, mister. I appreciate that, Rick. Like, I know that some of you guys might have just like always heard me plug in my menswear line on all the videos and stuff, but that's how I provide for myself. Like the YouTube channel, this is how I make a living, you know? And I know that it might be, some people might be like, yeah, he's just a YouTube guy. Like, how good could his clothing really be? Well, you'd be surprised, because with modeling over the years, like I really have ultra high standards. I've worn such nice brands over the years. So I'm working with factories that work with a lot of the big brands, and I'm getting sourcing of fabrics that are just as good and better than designer brands. So the goal is to kind of bridge that gap between designer prices and make basically attainable luxury. So I'm wearing my, actually my ultra soft crew neck fitted tee, which is my top seller. It's just a good go-to tee. Oh, my Lux Suede cap up as well. Okay. Almost caught up, guys. Here we go. Is there a benefit to skipping breakfast, eating a light lunch, and a big dinner, especially for somebody who's 36 years old at 145 pounds at 5'10"? It sounds like you're pretty lean, you know? I just talked to a guy at the gym the other day, and he was saying how intermittent fasting really works well for him. I know a lot of people that works really well. So I would never like just deter you from trying intermittent fasting or maybe light breakfast. But again, it always comes down to where your metabolism is at any given season of your life, and then the amount of energy you're expending. Just match it to your calories. Are you feeling tired? Are you gaining weight? Are you getting too lean? You know, I mean, it's not, there isn't like this ultimate secret that just has to be followed. Like, you can really make it work for yourself if you just think about the overall concepts of calories in, calories out, quality calories, and then macronutrient breakdown between proteins, fats, and carbs. You need more carbs if you work out way more because they're muscle energy. And you don't want to go too low with your fats, or they mess with your hormones as well. All right, catching up. Hey, Weston, Tillman Richard, what's up, man? Says, hey, Weston, are your parents French Canadian? My parents, I guess technically on my dad's side would be, because I look back at my lineage with doing like Ancestry DNA, and it did bring it to like Three Rivers, Canada initially, for when they migrated, and then further back to other parts of Europe. So good question. Eric Patterson says, have you done any modeling gigs lately? I did one maybe like 4 months ago. I told my agencies that I'm kind of on pause because I'm just, honestly, my own businesses are just much more my focus now after modeling for over 10 years. It's such a like massive sacrifice. It's amazing, but there's so many auditions you have to go to, and I have to be in LA so much, and I don't like LA. It's just not the energy and vibe that I'm going for at this point in my life. So I did a 3-day shoot for one of the Hilton properties. I think it was actually in San Diego County. That was the last shoot I did. It was awesome, paid good, and so it depends. If it's a gig that's like, you know, worth it and it's closer, then I'm good. But I don't have a huge interest in it at the moment. Okay, so Eman190 says, I've been on TRT for 1 full week, no difference so far. Oh, that's totally normal, man. You're not gonna feel it for even up to 2 months sometimes. It really depends on your dosages too. I don't know if you should be taking DHEA as well if you're low on that too. That's pill form. So Daniel Line says, I'm finished up an ICU fellowship and for the longest time didn't take care of my health. Found your channel. You recommended the book 4 Hour Body. Thank you. Down 50 pounds, starting weight soon. That's awesome, man. That's great. That's so great. Yeah, work can really get you out of balance sometimes. Let's see. Mark says, are the shorts you wear in your pictures ones you're working on for your brand? Yes and no. Some of the shorts I've worn, I have various brands. One's called Original Paperbacks. They make a really cool short. But I am working on a short as we speak, and I'm going to use very similar denim to the ones I use for my new my tapered fit denim jeans, and they're going to be crazy comfortable. They're really thin, so they're just amazing. Because I just I like denim shorts, but I don't want them to look like denim shorts totally. You know what I'm saying? So I will be having some awesome shorts. Probably, I don't know if those are going to come out this year though. It's been really slow with supply chain stuff. But original paperbacks, I think I don't know what the actual model number I wear of them, but you should be able to find them if you look up that brand. Get a lot of people asking about those actually. Okay, I'm reading questions if you wonder why I'm staring like this. Hello from Germany, Jordan says. How's it going, man? Thanks for sharing your lifestyle. You're an inspiration. You are too kind. I just have learned stuff from great people over the years, and I'm just kind of relaying it to you guys. Christopher Long says, went to your site and entered my email address to subscribe to your site updates. Not sure if I actually entered the contest. The second after you enter your email address, it instantly pops into another get 10% off or you enter your phone number. So you have to enter the phone number part on that second prompt. It should instantly show that. So I'm not sure why that happened. If maybe you missed something, maybe go to the site again and tap that widget and try it again. Okay. Maurice Dow says, thank you for making me believe in Jesus and God again. You made me a better person. Wow, that's huge. I thank you for sharing. That's awesome. Anytime, you know, any of the content I put out can bring you to a better positive place, whether it's your spirituality, mental health, or whatever, then I'm all for it. And I'm so happy to hear that, man. Truly. Very cool. All right, I'm almost caught up, you guys. Let's see. Let's see. Can you tell me the date I first subbed? I can't. I don't know where that is, honestly. Who do I get in touch with if I want to get on a similar TRT program as you've adopted? So I don't know if there's like people that just, like my doctor, for example, he works with a lot of patients and people that I've found him through my YouTube videos about TRT. And he can only work with people that are in California by law. But maybe he has some recommendations, I don't know. But his DrAnthonyFrank.com, if you want to reach out to him, DrAnthonyFrank.com. But I would say that hormone specialist, like I would Google hormone specialist in your city on Google, like put your city name in there. That'd be a great way to start. Maybe put HRT specialist, TRT specialist, like a doctor that specializes in hormone treatment. Naturopathic is great in my own experience. You know, you really give, I think people give, you know, standard primary doctors way too much credit. Like there's some great doctors out there, but I don't think that you should say that a naturopathic doctor isn't just as knowledgeable. And the reason that is because of specialties. All right, let's see what we got here. What millimeter size do you like the most for your beard? I don't know the exact millimeter, honestly. I mean, visually you can see it's like pretty short. So I'm gonna guess it's just, geez, I don't know, 4 millimeters at the most. I don't know. Okay. Sasso, there's a lot of what would seem like international audience on here. Hi, you are a very beautiful man. What is your secret? Well, I don't know, I appreciate the compliment, but my whole channel is about men's self-improvement. I have a whole playlist on, what's it called? I have like grooming, skincare, health and fitness. I mean, everything's, if you Googled me before and after my name, you'll see I wasn't always in peak shape. And when you really get to that last bit of cutting weight, you start to see your facial features more and you just tone up and everything kind of comes together. So it's really, it's a lot of work. You gotta put in a lot of work. Like you'd be amazed at how you look when you kind of dial in everything, you know? So my channel again is like kind of top to bottom, just being the best version of yourself inside and out. So I advise just kind of like poking around on my channel and you'll find some stuff on that. Okay, we're almost caught up, I think. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to gain, and this is why I want your help. There's a gazillion videos on how to gain muscle, but I would say that if you're trying to gain, creatine has been a staple for decades for a reason, and it's very safe. It just works, you know. But I do recommend getting a very pure creatine, a Korea Pure type brand, a German creatine. On my Amazon shop, there's a creatine I recommend on there, as well as One Up Nutrition makes a good creatine combo that has a few other things in it, like citrulline, I believe. So Amazon, the link is in the video description below, by the way. So if you go to my Amazon shop and look at our men's supplements, you'll see the creatine right away. But I would say creatine is one, and then obviously to gain weight, you want to be at a caloric surplus, and you want to be protein heavy on your macros. You want to stay very well hydrated so you can perform in the gym. You're going to be lifting a lot of heavy weight. You're going to be doing slightly lower reps with more weight, more resistance, trying to get hypertrophy going on so that the next time you go to work out, your muscles are ready for big weight again. And you should be able to put on muscle, you know, if you're getting adequate sleep, you're not crazy stressed, and you consistently do this and you consistently stay at that caloric surplus without, you know, getting fat, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot more to it, but you gotta look at my e-guide, because that's kind of where I break down my diet side of it. So westonboucher.com/shop, westonboucher.com/shop is where you'll find that. It's just, there's so much to it. I could spend hours talking about it, and I want to make sure I get to everyone's questions. Let's see. Okay, Nightman says, hey Weston, appreciate all your advice. Hey, no worries. I know about the beard, but do you dye your hair at all? No, I don't dye my hair on my head thus far. I have not done it yet. Haven't really thought about it. I think I'm just gonna go with the salt and pepper as long as I can on the top. And if it gets pure white, maybe I'll consider doing it. But simpler hair color, what I use for my beard, it's the kit they give. It's for everything. It's free. It's why it's a big canister. You can use it on your head and your beard at the same exact time. So simplerhaircolor.com. If you do try it, you can save on a subscription or a one time if you use my code Weston10. So simplerhaircolor.com makes a really great product, and it's for your head hair as well. So, but no, I haven't yet. Okay, good catching up. Jay Hauser says, I want to gain safely, but I'm not a big eater. Sorry, man, there's no way around it. You got to get those calories in. I mean, it's hard to eat that much when you want to gain weight, but how bad do you want to gain size? That's what it is. It all comes down on how much you really want it. You got to make the sacrifice. It is not easy, but once you get the hang of it, you'll adapt. Okay, Jay Hauser, another question. I have anxiety issues. I'm not very comfortable with most people. Yeah, I mean, everyone's got a certain level of anxiety and stuff. That's why I recommend watching my video on how to become more confident. That would definitely help. Search Weston Boucher confident. Just look that up. Look up my whole playlist on men's mental health. I think it could really help you in terms of loving yourself, rediscovering yourself, getting to a place where you feel like you have much less anxiety. I have a lot of videos on there about that. But I appreciate being transparent on that. Let's see. Well, good questions though, guys. Let's see. All right, Bad Music for People says, hi there, how did you pick the design for your tattoo on the shoulder? What does it mean to you? So I actually get a message almost every day from somewhere in the world. I just had a DM before I got on here that popped up that said, hey Weston, I like your tattoo. Who did it? What's it all about? I actually have a template made to send out because it's just drawn so much curiosity from Pinterest. It just got on everything after that. But it's because of that, what I'm getting to is I have a YouTube video that is a whole video dedicated to my tattoo. So if you just type in Weston Boucher tattoo on YouTube, it goes in a great depth about my entire tattoo. But in short, it is a full piece that is all Christ-based. So from top to bottom, these are the three crosses, Christ on the cross, and it's also meant to signify the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And then it goes down to the book of Revelation when Christ returns on a white horse. But if you were to go in the actual order of sequence of events, Christ dying on the cross, and then leaves his Holy Spirit with us. And then as time passes, the return of Christ, he comes back, makes the world right again. That's the whole theme of my entire tattoo, just based on my Christian faith. Okay, let's see. I'm almost there, so close. Jameson says, or wait, Jameson Aitken says, if you were to write on a billboard for every man to see, what would it say? That's a great question. Subscribe to my channel. Not kidding. I would say, love yourself first. And I know it sounds like selfish, but I think when you can find a way to love yourself, you know how to better love other people, and love makes the whole world go round. So I think that over my span of 42 years on this earth so far, like that's the one thing that everyone kind of always leans into. They just want to be loved, or they want to be accepted. So I do think that that would be my message on the billboard. It kind of makes the world go around, and when you look at everything through the eyes of love, you tend to have a better reaction, or a better way to make a decision on something. Let's see. Jameson also asked, do you meditate or have a routine that is yours? I have a video on my YouTube channel about my morning routine. If you want to look that up, just type in Weston Boucher, my morning routine, or morning routine, Weston Boucher. And this is actually something I was talking to my fiance Katie about recently. Like, I want to get back to journaling in the morning again. I've neglected to do that for, gosh, even a solid year. I think that I've just been very work focused, and also a little bit of escapism in the morning. I just want to like zone out and play Call of Duty before I have to start work. Like, I think that, you know, I don't always have everything dialed in, to be honest with you guys, but I know what works, and I know what has worked for me, and that's why I share it with you guys, and I let you guys know where I'm at. But I am wanting to get back to journaling, so I'm telling you right now, so you guys hold me accountable, I'm going to start back with journaling. I find journaling to be the closest thing to a meditative state, because I've had a hard time ever learning how to meditate. Actually, my fiance Katie's amazing at it, and she's had a lot of great experiences, so I'm trying to catch up to that. But journaling is like a way for me to just put all my thoughts on paper in the morning, whether it's things I'm grateful for, or maybe it's just voicing things that I'm feeling, or I want to change, or new things I want to see in my life, or maybe I just want to like talk to God and say, God, like, I'm in this season of this, like I really pray that things go this way, that way. And then I always feel more clear-headed afterwards, and feel like I have a better view of the world and what I need to do for the day when I kind of start that way, versus just like getting on my phone, which I typically do too much. Let's see. Okay, Jeff Rose. Jeff, what's up, man? I hope you're doing well. What is your favorite cardio you do, Weston? Beach volleyball, all the way. I know everyone can't do that though, so but I do always like to tell people, like, find something you actually really like, you know? Try to find something where you either get it done really quick because you hate cardio, but you know it holds you accountable, like it's some sort of spin class and there's someone you know there, or it's like Orange Theory or F45. It's just something that's like fat burn style, like that, just very fast. Or maybe you're into cycling or a sport of some kind, like I am with volleyball. Like I look forward to that. I can't wait to do that. The hours can go by and I'm still like all in. Otherwise, my favorite form of cardio would be Stairmaster, because it's the hardest, I think. It engages the quads and the glutes, and I feel like you just get the most out of it. Jeff Rose says, you too, Weston, congrats on your success. Engagement, well deserved. Thanks, man. You are a great guy. I appreciate that, and I hope you are doing well. Let's see. Catching up. All right, DR says, Weston, I just took delivery of your signature black jeans. Love them. Great fit, great look. Thank you so much for that unsolicited shout of my menswear line. So I know it's summer, as you can see I'm sweating, and it is kind of hot, but my ultra soft tapered fit denim jeans, if you haven't checked in on my site in a while, they turned out amazing. Like, they're my favorite pair of jeans of all time. I mean, I designed them for myself, so of course I'm gonna love them. But I mean, I went with top shelf denim. Like, it's so thin and soft and just like a supple feel. and they're so comfortable to wear, and they have that perfect nice like European style taper all the way down to the ankle. However, I would recommend getting them hemmed just like I do with all my jeans, to that perfect length, so you just have kind of like a half break when it hits your shoes. They turn out amazing. So, and just for you guys too, like YouTube 15 is a code you guys can use for a future purchase. That's just for my YouTube peeps. So check out my tapered fit denim jeans, because I don't have a lot in stock, honestly, and I don't know when I'll get my next one by fall. So it's better to buy them now, even though I know it's kind of hot out. And to circle back with guys that just got here, to enter the giveaway to get my Traveler toiletry bag, as well as your preferred color of my Lux suede cap that I'm wearing right now in earth, brushed onyx, or limestone are the choices that you can pick. And the details on this thing are amazing. I made it for the guy who loves to wear a cap but doesn't want to look dressed down. It is the best cap. It's so comfortable, and it's vegan suede, so I don't have to worry about water. Also vegan leather, and you would never know. So when you have it in the bathroom and you're around water and liquids, it's not an issue, hence why I made it that way. So to enter, go to westonjohnboucher.com and then enter your email and your phone number for the SMS. Then I will choose a winner randomly over the next week, and I'll reach out to you guys. And I do ship internationally, so don't worry. Okay, catching up. Icon says, I'm guessing you're not planning to get another tattoo, or are you? Funny you asked that, because I was just, fiance Katie and I, we went to Mexico recently for a trip. And on the plane, I was like, I kind of want to get a small tattoo. And I hadn't said that in over 10 years. Like, I haven't had any done since these, which are 10 years old. And I was thinking about getting that one quote, peace through strength. Maybe, you know, in this section, it's something small, like nothing too huge. And I don't know if you're familiar with that quote, but it's kind of like I think Ronald Reagan made it famous at one point. I don't think it was actually his quote, but peace through strength is kind of like, for example, why the U.S. has one of the biggest militaries, if not the biggest military in the world, is you obtain peace through strength. If you're strong, it creates a sense of peace, because people don't want to go to war with you. They don't want to fight with you, you know, and being strong, it's almost not necessarily a mutually assured destruction type of thing, but it's like a respect, right? Like, it's good to be strong. It's good to have your strength in check. It's good to manage that and to be a source of strength for others. So I do think that it's just a really cool quote. Jeff Rose says, how big a difference has HCG made for you added to the TRT? Big for me. I do notice the difference from the HCG in terms of, I don't have like as much water weight. Like, I still have a little bit of water weight, I feel like, but I do feel like the testosterone cypionate, the delivery factor, like I felt like my test went up more once the HCG was added versus, I don't know if it, like I still don't understand fully how HCG supports it, but it seems like the TRT was more effective once the HCG was implemented. Like, I felt it more. Danny says, what's your nighttime skin routine? Good question. So I'm currently putting on a prescription of, what's the name of it? Gosh, word escapes me. I'll think of it in a second. I know I'm doing a BHA liquid, which is like an exfoliant. I'm doing a cleanser first with my vitamin C cleanser that I have in my Amazon shop. I'm still using the same stuff. Retinol. It's like Trentinol. It's like the one that's, I think that's the name of it. And that's a prescription one that I'm trying. And that's an exfoliant. It's basically kind of like the dead skin peels off, like it exfoliates the skin. You can get retinol type stuff on Amazon as well, and in other stores that you can try. It's just a slightly more intense version of it. So I do the retinol first after I've cleansed. Then I put on the BHA liquid, which is another exfoliant after that dries. And then I do finally a moisturizer, which is usually the emu oil that I use still to this day. And that's, let's see. Jeff says HCH. HCH? I've never heard of that. do go on. Let's see. Okay. God, I'm starting to sweat. I really need to breathe in here. Yeah, August is the only month in San Diego where I feel like it just gets a little hot. Inland San Diego is way worse though. Okay, sorry guys, I'm catching up here. So Jameson Aiken says, out of all the self-help advice you give, what is the one thing you think helped you the most? I would say it's still the billboard question, like loving yourself, you know, like just being good with yourself, it clears up most issues, because if you're good with yourself, you're less insecure. So that means when you interact with people, you're less threatened by them, which then makes you more disarming. So then you connect better with people. And then all the choices you make aren't from a fear-based decision type of place. You're better with all your relationships. You're better with including business relationships. You're love-minded versus being greedy or being dishonest. So I feel like everything comes back to making the best version of you first before feeling like you need to get that from a relationship or something else that you're escaping with. It's just good to just get yourself dialed. And I would say that ties into when I gave people advice to do therapy. Like, people think you go to a therapist because you're crazy or you have major problems. Like, you should go to a therapist at some point in your life to just unload and talk about a lot of stuff. You'd be shocked about how much that can mature you and just get some unresolved stuff going on that you might not be sure about. What's sitting there, I should say. Okay, catching up. Jay Hauser says you're one of the most humblest people I've ever met. I appreciate that. I wasn't always though, you know. You think you know a lot when you're younger, and life humbles you. That's why I think just things that have happened to me made me realize that at the end of the day, I'm kind of small, you know, like I can only do so much. So I'm just, you know, but I appreciate that. Still learning. James Morrison says, hey man, James, how's it going, man? It's been a while. Developing some sleep lines on the side of my forehead. Any creams or procedures to completely get rid of them? Thank you. So James, you got here late probably, but someone had a question about the Botox or Botox. 2 videos back, go to my channel. It's my second most recent video. I try Botox, and you'll see in the video the before, but right now you can see, like, I only have, because I didn't really have her inject that much right there, I had so many lines right there. Now that's not permanent, okay? That's definitely not permanent, but it's 6 months, so you could do it twice a year if you want to do something like that. Beyond that, I haven't done anything that's like permanent cosmetic surgery, so I don't know. If you want permanent change there, you would have to like consider, I don't know, like a lifestyle lift or facelift or something. I can't remember how old you are, but you could try the Botox thing and, you know, go from there. Okay, let's see. Catching up. Nightman says, cool, thanks for the reply. You're really an awesome inspiration. Thanks, man, I appreciate that. Just trying to keep it real. How's your views on melatonin? So I actually did a video on my Amazon Live. If you guys aren't familiar with Amazon Live, you can find it in your app, but if you go to amazon.com/live, it's like a whole section of creators. So it's kind of like, imagine if you took YouTube and Amazon and they had a baby, like that's pretty much it. And there's people on there talking about products. And so I'm part of the Amazon Live program. So I did one on there that's all about sleep. And I think it's one of my more recent videos in there. So you could go to the video description below, and if you look at the links, you'll see Amazon Live for me, and you find me there, and then look for the video that says natural sleep aids, because I have some awesome stuff that really does work. Not only there were some of them referrals from people that I tried, but in short, I do a stack of, I do glycine and Megamag, which is magnesium. So it's liquid form. I do that 30 minutes before I go to bed, and 3 pills of glycine, which is an amino acid. And I've had awesome sleep without melatonin, because melatonin you can only take for so long, even though it's natural. You kind of get acclimated to it. Okay, Icon says, what prompted a live chat today? Is it something you do or plan to do often? Based on this, I'll probably start doing it more often. I find that, like, my Amazon Live broadcast, they have a chat too, and I like that. It's so much more fun because when I do the pre-recorded videos, there's a big disconnect, right? Like it's just me and thoughts in my head, and sometimes I'll watch them back and be like, oh, I wish I would have said this or said this differently. So this is kind of cool freestyle. You know, I'm not gonna say everything right in a live video, but I really don't care. Like I'm not perfect, and everyone that follows me knows that I just keep it real. So, you know, I tend to get very little trolling, which is nice. So I think that's a good sign that I'm on the right path. Like I'm not trying to say I got it all figured out, but I am just trying to like let you know my personal experience and what's worked for me. So I probably will start doing more live. I thought of it like a couple days ago, because I tend to do my Amazon Lives on Mondays and sometimes Thursdays, and YouTube is on Tuesdays. I usually film. But today I was like, maybe I should try the live thing, see what that's like. It's definitely more fun. Let's see. If I remember correctly, your daily carbs was 250 grams and fat was 70. Yeah, I think when I was like the Men's Health cover, like that's kind of when I was doing that kind of super specific setup. That's when I was doing you know, Stairmaster after every lift. So it is all dependent on the amount of energy you're expending. So you might not need to be that high or that low depending on how much cardio you're doing. There's definitely not a set thing. If you look at my e-guide, it's really like all about figuring out that base number of what you typically eat for your maintenance. That'll give you an idea of where your metabolism is at. Let's see. Bob Allowine, what's up, man? Says, last question, any issues with high hemoglobin or hemocrit on TRT? No, luckily. My blood work has been awesome in that regard. And that's a great question, because if you do TRT for some reason, which I always say, make it a last resort thing, always have your doctor, each blood draw, include the actual blood work to see your red blood cell count, all that type of stuff, to make sure that the TRT isn't negatively impacting that. I've been absolutely phenomenal in that regard. So, and again, I'm on such a low dose that it really is unlikely that it's going to have an effect that's that negative. You know, you got to consider, like, a lot of those weightlifters that are just huge. I mean, these guys, I'm amazed that they live as old as they do, because like the strain on their heart alone. But the amount of compounds they're putting in their body, I think sometimes people get really negative when you mention TRT or injections, because they just instantly associate it with like you're taking like massive amounts of testosterone. It is like so small, and it's also it's judgy in my opinion, after being on the other side of it, even myself included. Because people are taking stuff all the time that's not good for their body, whether they're drinking alcohol or partying on the weekend. And it's like, what does that add up to, you know? So, you know, if you have a small bit of test that's bringing your hormones to a healthy level, then I say it's a win-win, you know? I mean, age is a real thing, and sometimes our body just can't produce enough anymore. Okay. Getting close. Okay, Lone Wolf says, hey West, I'm 24 years old. I've been trying my best to find my calling in life, but I cannot seem to find it. But lately I've had plenty of people do tell me I should do modeling. How does someone like me break into it? I live in Mississippi and there's no agencies here. So I started my whole channel on modeling stuff. So there's a ton of information under the modeling playlist on my YouTube channel. So first start there. And then I also have a book I wrote. It's an ebook. It's about 48 pages maybe long, about how to get into the industry. And I answer all the real questions, no matter where you live. And that's a downloadable, like a PDF, westonboucher.com/shop. westonboucher.com/shop. You can find that. And the videos in there on my YouTube channel are all free. And I say, like, what is it? I think, can I become a model is like a name of one of them. And there's like a 3-part series. I answer all those questions in there in a great length, great detail. But in short, you know, to find your calling in life, like I'm doing something I never thought I'd do, and I could be doing something totally different in 5 or 10 years from now too. Like I've just gotten to that point where I look at my life as seasons and chapters, and it gives you a lot less anxiety to just kind of free yourself from that prison of thinking that like I gotta lock this in and figure it out. I get it, you know, you want to provide for you and maybe your family, and you need to have stability, so you can't just be reckless, but you can always have a plan B that you're working on in the background of stuff you might want to do someday. Or it's always best to just get advice from someone who's in the industry, get advice from someone who's doing it. What you're doing, you're asking me. And in my videos, I'm very real about what it's like to get in the industry, so you know what you're getting into. Maybe it's not for you after all. Maybe you don't want to make as big a sacrifices as you think. So, but it's just good to search. It's good to keep putting yourself out there, fishing lures. You know, figure out how you're wired and know that. Be like, well, I'm a kind of a creative type, or more like an engineering type. And then steer yourself towards different things that like you're attracted to, and eventually you'll find your way. Network with your friends and family, and you will find your calling. But I don't know if you're referring to your calling being like your career, but I would certainly say that your career is not your identity. So just always let that go. Always know that like you are not just a doctor, or you are not just a model or whatever. Like you have to just be you. Like you're you. Like, and that's your power. Your jobs and all that stuff will always change. So it's your legacy that matters, and the impact you have on people, that people remember how you made them feel while you were here on earth, not just like how much money you made or how successful you looked. Okay. But if you're in Mississippi, if you are in Mississippi, like you're going to want to relocate to do modeling for sure. You want to be in LA, New York, or Miami. Chicago has a little bit as well, but I would say LA, New York, Miami in that order. Maybe Miami second, because New York sucks. Great to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. Okay, Cody Gosney, what's up, man? Says, hey, Weston, thanks for all your content. Your year-round six-pack guide was a game changer for me. That's awesome to hear. What do you think is an ideal body fat percentage to strive for from a health/appearance perspective? I actually have never measured my body fat percentage, so I don't even know what it was here. Right now, I don't even know. I'm probably like 18%, 15. I have no idea. I don't know. I just do it based on my body composition, how I look kind of in the mirror. I still have ab definition, but I would think being too lean like that all the time can be tough. Like just because it's hard to keep your fats high enough. Long game, it's definitely doable if your metabolism is really great. But if your body's fighting it, you know, I think that, and the thing is, women don't care about a six-pack that much. They really don't. They might be impressed like at first, but it's really your personality that they're going to be interested, and your ability to be stable. Okay, let's see. The person you are, you know? Okay. All right, Tony Terra says, hey Weston, since I've been watching you and your advice, you helped me a lot, not just with my looks, just overall in general. I feel better about myself. I'm 60 years old, but I feel and look like I'm in my 50s. That's awesome to hear. That is so cool. I look at my demographics on my channel, and it goes from like 25 all the way up to like 60, which is so cool to know I can connect with such a wide range of guys. So that's awesome. Jay Hauser says, melatonin, your thoughts. I kind of went in length about that earlier. I don't know if you missed that part. I do have an Amazon Live video. Click on the link in the description. Look at Amazon Live, and there's a whole video about the stack I take for natural sleep aids. Because I don't just take the melatonin. I don't recommend just taking that or taking that long term. Jeff Rose, what's up, man? He says, because we've been talking about the TRT, does your doctor believe in an estrogen blocker? Yes, absolutely. I take DIM, which is a natural, as you know. I do take DIM because my estradiol got a little too high. Icon, the Dove and Horse. Did Carlos, who's my tattoo artist, use white ink to make them look more white, or is it just created by the dark ink? So it's a great question. He did do white ink initially on a few details, but it faded very quickly. So it's almost all entirely negative effect by using my skin color as the light source, with the dark ink being contrast, yeah. Carlos Torres did my tattoo. Okay, DR says, Weston, my biggest vice is eating sweets an hour or so before bed. Other than willpower, do you have a secret to stop that? I always want a snack before bed, and I actually gave in and did it last night. I had like chips and salsa in bed. It's just hard. I love to eat at night, especially if I'm watching a show I like. It's just fun. For sweets at night, well, you got to start substituting or bringing in honey to be your sweetener, because the body has a much better response to honey. It has so many health properties. Like I sweeten my Coffee with honey, yeah, it sounds weird, but you cannot tell the difference. It tastes amazing. Um, I know for a while, like back in the day, I was doing diet sodas when I just had major sugar cravings, but I've just really tried to get away from that just because of chemicals. Like, I knew it was like the lesser of two evils at the time, and it got me there. But I tend to just drink carbonated waters that have like essence of flavors. I know that's not super helpful. When you have major sugar cravings, I would just say stick with dark chocolate and limit your quantity. Like, know that you're just gonna have like one little block. Just that little bit can like settle, and then you'll be good. You just don't want to have it in the house, like big quantities of candies or sugary crappy stuff. I just don't even have it in the house because I cannot stop myself from eating it. So I would say, base it on your inventory and your cupboards. Don't have that in the house, first of all, if you know that you don't have the willpower. That's a great way to and I also think that like making really good protein shakes, like I've been making a banana chocolate protein shake, and it tastes so good, and the banana is sweet. So if that's the worst case scenario, I cut up bananas once they ripen really well, and then I put them all in a Ziploc bag and I put them in the freezer. So when I make my protein shakes, I don't even need ice. I just use like a full banana's worth. I put in the chocolate vegan protein by One Up Nutrition, which is super good. I put that in there, and then I add hemp hearts, which are really good for you, healthy fats, and an additional 10 grams of protein per serving. And then I do unsweetened almond milk, and it tastes so good. It's like a chocolate banana shake. And if you don't like banana, you don't have to do the banana, but you could just do ice. But that's another option if you get sugar cravings. It's sweetened by stevia for the protein powder too, which is kind of nice. A lot of great questions, guys. Let's see. Eric Patterson says, I agree, you should do another live sometime soon. Thanks. Yeah, let me know in the comments, guys, if you want me to keep doing live versus the long format. Because I feel like I'm just bored, honestly, with the long format stuff in terms of I haven't been able to think of a lot of ideas, honestly, guys. Like, it's like I can only do so many hairstyling videos, and like fitness stuff. I'd rather talk to you guys on the fly. It's kind of more fun, actually, now that we're doing this. Lone Wolf says, thanks a lot for your response, man. It means a lot. Of course, man. Definitely. All right, I'm almost caught up. Oh my God. Let's see. Jeff, he says, at this point in your life, what is your greatest challenge? I'm going to get to that one. It's a long one. Okay. I ordered your jeans and they are great. Are you thinking of doing any other colors or a little more relaxed fit? I did them as the tapered fit initially because I love that style the most. They're not necessarily skinny jeans for sure, which is great. But I will do probably a more relaxed fit eventually. It's just hard as a small brand. I'm just totally self-funded. I put in everything into my line. So when I ask you guys for the support, like I really do love your support. And I am going to do other washes in the jeans for sure. I'll probably do a gray next, like a really cool gray, and then might do like a deep blue of some kind. Oh, also, don't forget about the giveaway, guys. I'm going to get to that next big question from Jeff right now about my greatest challenge at the moment in life. But to enter, go to westonjohnboucher.com. You'll see the widget on the screen for 10% off. Tap that, put in your email, and then put in your phone number too. And then you'll be signed up for SMS. I'm gonna look at that master list within the next week, pick someone and reach out to them directly, and I'll be sending you my Traveler toiletry bag, which has reviews off the charts. It turned out amazing. I'm about to get a restock this coming week, so I wanted to promo that. This is the only one I have right now. And then you can choose one of the 3 colors of my Lux Suede cap. You'll also get that. So this is the brushed onyx. And then I have the limestone as well. This is vegan suede, so you don't have to worry about water. This is not a blank. This is a totally custom hat. These are all cut and sew. Only good stuff. So it's limestone, and I'm wearing the earth color. All right. So that big question from Jeff, let's get back to that. At this point in your life, what is your greatest challenge? I would say keeping motivation. Like I feel like I've had a really good, full, solid 42 years, and I've done a lot of different career stuff. And now I feel like I'm just like looking for that next thing, that next deeper thing. I spent a big portion of my life writing music and doing music, trying to do it professionally. I've been in a few different industries that have really like challenged me, and I've traveled and I've done way more than I expected to. So I think now is like staying inspired. I think that's my biggest challenge right now, just feeling inspired more than anything, which I do a whole video on that. And taking my own advice from that, going on trips. I just went to Mexico. I came back feeling really good, a lot less stress from work. Riding my motorcycles, getting back to playing more guitar again, journaling. I kind of need to go back to those things where I know that they are kind of sort of meditative in some ways. And then also just being good about my sleep habits, because that really affects my brain chemistry, and making sure that I'm staying on a good, healthy routine. I'm going to the gym all the time, I'm eating good, not over drinking. Like there's just a lot of things that can mess with your head that affect inspiration. So I think that's my greatest challenge at the moment, is just inspiration. My clothing line definitely keeps me inspired because I'm trying to make the best possible pieces I can, and that always keeps me on my toes. But I just, I have a lot of different interests, and I think I need to get in nature a little bit more, like I was saying earlier. All right. We got some more questions. All right. CM says, love the live vid. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you guys being here. Like, it means a lot. I know it's just the middle of the day out of nowhere, so I didn't expect even anyone to come. Christian, no worries if you miss most of this. It's going to rebroadcast. You're in the UK. I appreciate you being here. Get some rest and come back to it tomorrow, man. Icon says, live is the way to go. Yeah, I'm about to eat 2 full fat scoops of Haagen-Dazs while watching Weston, a healthy contradiction. See, that's the problem. If I had Haagen-Dazs in the house, I would do the same thing, man. No judgment. You just can't have it in the house. Jay Howler says, do you like peanut butter pickle or peanut butter banana better? If there's a peanut butter pickle protein powder out there, I gotta try it, but I'm gonna go with the peanut butter banana. That's the only one I know of. I think you mean actually adding a pickle, which is so gnarly. I would never do that. Okay, Lone Wolf says, I remember you said in one of your, sorry I'm sweating guys, I'm just so hot. I remember you said in one of your model videos that if many people told you should do modeling, then that's a good sign. That really impacted me, by the way. I also love the clothes website. Thank you, I appreciate that. It is a good sign, absolutely. Make sure it's more than like 2 though. And then I wouldn't necessarily lean into just friends unless you know it's a friend that always keeps it real with you. But typically I think people that you grow up with or your family, they just have way too much bias. I don't even remember if my friends and family were really that on board when I started trying to doing the modeling thing, especially as I started at 32. But you can get your feet wet. You can find out if you want to do it or not. Just know that it's not this thing where it's like everything's just kind of like provided for you and taken care of and you sign with an agency and you're traveling the world. Like, it's quite the opposite. There's a lot of rejection, there's a lot of hard work, and there's a lot of like vulnerability early on, and you have to learn. Like, you can't just be amazing in front of the camera usually right off the bat, and you're going to be nervous, and you have to build your portfolio and your book and do test shoots with photographers for free or pay them, and then approach agencies and have some notoriety on social media helps as well. So it's not an easy road. So again, I suggest watching the videos on my playlist on there, because I give you guys kind of a behind the curtain look at what it's really like. But it is something that I say is worth pursuing if you don't have too many ties. If you're 24, like you said, maybe you could do it for 5 years, 7 years. But just know that you need an exit strategy. You need to be doing something where you have a trade that you're mastering along the way, that you're learning, or you already have like a sort of a pseudo career that you can work remotely along the way, because you will burn out eventually with modeling, most likely, and it is very unpredictable unless you're signed with 20 agencies and you're just like the top model in the world, which very few ever can do that because of the sacrifice. All right. Tony Ter says, hi Weston, I forgot to mention about your clothes. They are the best. I love how they fit me. Thanks. Thank you. That's so cool to hear. That's like the most rewarding thing. I really do put everything into my clothing line. So again, I'm making clothes for me. So if I'm not happy with it, then it's not going out. So I'm assuming you guys will like it if I like it. Okay. Yeah, no worries, Jeff. You said great answer to a tough question. Jay Hauser says, make sure you thank Weston for his time. You're too kind, man. It's no worries at all. No worries at all. I'm just grateful you guys were here for this. And if you have any more questions, let me know right now in the comments. One question would be, what do you want my, next few videos to be about? Like, because I'm throwing around some ideas, and again, I need some inspiration right now. I've just kind of bored with a lot of the same topics. I get people asking a lot of the same things, and I'm like, oh, I did a video on that. So I either have to revisit old topics and just assume that subscribers who've seen those know that it's just like for new subscribers. But any comments on video ideas, something you really want me to focus on, let me know. Jay Hauser's really like all about this pickle flavor. This is so funny. He's like, let me tell you what he said. He said, you would love peanut butter and dill pickle cut under a sandwich. It's great. Provides wetness of the dryness of the peanut butter. I don't know, man. Like, I mean, I'll try it, but it definitely sounds very unorthodox. But you seem like a good guy, so I'll try it. All right, so I'm gonna head out, guys. But again, make sure you enter the giveaway. So one of you guys is going to get the traveler bag as well as one of the Lux Suede caps, either in limestone, brushed onyx, or the earth color. Go to my site, my menswear site, westonjohnboucher.com, and you have to sign up for the SMS, not just email. So you have to enter your email. It's going to prompt you for that. You hit the arrow, then it says enter your phone number for the SMS. And I don't spam like crazy with SMS. So you're not going to get a text every day about a promo of my brand. It's maybe 4 times a month at the most if I have some launches. And then I'm going to pick someone from that SMS list specifically over the next week. I'll reach out to you and I'll ship you this bag, exact bag right here, and one of the Lux Suede caps, brand new in your favorite color. Daniel Line says, yes, thank you. Thank you guys. I appreciate that so much. Daniel Line says, could you go into carrying clothes once we upgrade our closets? Right hangers, how not to destroy them, caring for leather correctly. I'm useless at this. Yeah, that's a good one. I've been doing Amazon Live ones on my closet organization. So if you haven't checked out my Amazon Live, like it's pretty good. I mean, it's kind of like a different version of what I do on YouTube. Obviously, it's more product based, but it's the stuff I actually use, and I've had for years in some cases, including the hangers. I did an organization one, I think last time. Maybe it's my most recent one. So if you go to the video description below, it's amazon.com/live, and then you can search my name. But I think I have my exact link to my Amazon Live, and I have previous broadcasts. So you skip through them. I have all the stuff I use in my whole closet. But I could do a YouTube video on that. I've just tried to stay away from my YouTube videos being like too product based. But the closet organization thing and how to take care of clothes is a good one. That's actually a really good one, so thanks for that. So that might be a future video. Let's see if there's anything more before I take off. I'm so hot right now, guys. I'm sweating. Jeff Rose says you should talk about money, how to be smart about it. That's not the worst idea. I definitely could say I could have been smarter in certain ways. I mean, I put all of my money into my clothing line because I believe in it that much, but I've also been a little reckless in that way. So I don't know if I'm the ultimate person to be advising about money, but I do know some good wisdom. It's just, did I always practice what I've been told or preached? It's hard to say. Okay, guys, I'm going to sign off. Thank you all so much for being here. This was really fun. I had no idea what to expect. It will rebroadcast if you just dropped in. So, yeah, my next video will hopefully be dropping maybe in a week. I told you guys how to enter the giveaway already. Go to westonjohnboucher.com and enter your phone number and email, and I'll pick a winner over the next week. And that's about it, guys. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Jeff, thank you for the compliments. Everyone, thank you so much for being so kind to me. I appreciate it. There weren't even any trolls. That's amazing. So I love you guys. All right, take care, guys.